Recently, I felt this real challenge from God, and it is this question of, does my life reflect the fact that I am in a relationship with Him? And for me, that question is a real double-edged sword, because on one hand, you've got the question of, does your public life reflect the fact that you are in a relationship with God? Your friendships, your relationships, the way that you are with people, your attitudes towards things, does that reflect the fact that you are in a relationship with God? And then on the flip side, you've got the question of, does my private life reflect the fact that I am in a relationship with God? Does my attitude towards work, the things I think about, the things that I do in my free time, does that all reflect the fact that I am in a relationship with Jesus? And that's a question that I really felt challenged by recently, and it's one that I want to challenge you guys with as well. Does your life reflect the fact that you are in love with Jesus? And there's one thing that we all know for certain, it's a bit morbid and I'm sorry, but we are all going to die. That's a matter of fact. And when we die as a Christian, I believe that we are going to be faced with God Himself, and He is going to say one of two things to us. He can either say to us, well done, you good and faithful servant, or He can say, be gone from me, I never knew you. And I know which response I want to hear when I'm faced with God. I think that's where this challenge comes from. It's that desire to want to live, to be able to hear those words, well done, you good and faithful servant. And the beauty of God, the beauty of Christianity, is that there is nothing we can do to earn our salvation. Our salvation is freely given to us. The relationship with God is freely given to us. There's nothing we can do to make Him love us more. There's nothing we can do to make Him love us less. We don't have to do X number of things in order to be saved. That's not how it works. Our salvation is freely offered to us by God, and He offers that to every single person. But it's kind of like a chicken and an egg situation, in the sense that when we fall in love with God, when we grasp hold of this relationship that He offers us, it stirs within us this desire to want to do things for Him, to want to live differently to the world, to want to give our time to serve Him. And through doing that, we then fall more in love with Jesus. And through falling more in love with Jesus, we then want to do more things to serve Him. And the two kind of go hand in hand. And that's why this question is such a challenge to us, and is something that we should be asking ourselves daily. Does our lives reflect the fact that we are in a relationship with God? Because He has done so much for us, and He is offering us our salvation, and in turn we should want to live for Him. We should want to live differently, so that one day when we are faced with God Himself, we can hear those words, well done, you good and faithful servant. So I just want to ask that question one more time. Does your life reflect the fact that you are in a relationship with God?